Hello there. This might be a little bit of a rambling video, possibly, but it's just to have a little talk about things, really. With so many things going on in the world and so much being up in the air at the moment, and with so many things flying about and seemingly being taken up by people, I think I really feel more than ever that I need a good philosophy for dealing with life. And I have to say that the philosophy that I found and developed through Satanism is actually a very good one. So philosophically, I'm very much in the same position in many, many ways. I did a video on satanic philosophy about 6 months ago, so you can have a look at that if you like, you know, but the emphasis of that kind of philosophy on individuality and upon self-determination and individual sovereignty is still very, very important, I think, and even more important nowadays, so that people can maintain their own point of view and their own orientation and their independence of thought and expression in the face of so many things that seem to be happening in the world at the moment. So I think this is important for me. As you will know if you've been watching my channel, I have actually gone back to being a form of pagan, although what the term is for the sort of pagan I am, I'm not sure, because I'm certainly out of the ordinary in terms of paganism, in terms of neo-paganism. I'd probably be nearest in form and spirit to something like heathenry, and in fact one of my primary deities, my major deities, is Freya. So I do have a heathen root to my spirituality, and I was quite simply a polytheist heathen for a number of years, some time ago. Now, as I've also said before, my disagreements with Satanism are various, and it's with theistic Satanism essentially, and it's that I think the kind of egregorial thought form associated with Satanism is dysfunctional, essentially, and that's what I feel. It's what I feel I've seen as well. So that's my basic reason for moving on, and I believe that the devil is very, very key to witchcraft and is very key to the continuity of paganism with us. I think that the devil actually gives us a great deal of what we need in terms of understanding our linear connection with paganism, because it is, in a sense, the living on of a certain spirit of paganism into the Christian era, which is something I've said before. And I do believe we still live in the Christian era, or the era of monotheism. I honestly think that things like secular humanism and atheism are simply the logical conclusion of monotheism rather than anything very, very different. And I see quite a lot of Christian morality being propagated in terms of modern politics, essentially, which is just another belief system, essentially. It's a kind of like the you could call it the fragrance of dead Christianity, to put it politely. Yeah. So, but we're still very much living in the Christian era, I think, and I think it's very worthwhile remembering that, because it's something which I personally think that people who are trying to be pagan should take into account, so that they can see how much has been altered by paganism and how much has been shaped by, how much has been altered by Christianity, and how much has been shaped by Christian morality and a Christian worldview, you know. Now, for me, the devil is the horn god, and the horn god is the god that I've really been in love with since I was about 12 years old, really, in the form of the god Pan. And the horn god is immense for me, and he is the devil as far as I'm concerned. I don't use the word Satan anymore. I don't use the term Satan. It's not one which I easily relate to, truthfully. And I feel like it's more right for me to even refer to him as the devil or the horn god, and because I've always considered that the god I called Satan, and who is known as Satan and has been known as Satan, was known by other names before that, and even other names at the same time as that. So I'm not going to get hung up on that name. It's too associated for me with the actual phenomenon of Satanism, and that's something that I have separated from and needed to. I think it's really important for people to get back to their roots in paganism and to have a look into history and how things used to be and try and learn from them. I think it's a very good idea as well to find the ways to actually found your life on those kind of older principles, you know. And I'm thinking of principles such as honor, and relationship to ancestors and the dead, and of course relationship to the gods and goddesses, and I include the demons in that because I still find a very fruitful relationship with the demonic. I think there is far too much of a dependence on this modern sense of progress. Obviously we have definitely gained things, you know, over the centuries, but the sense of modernity, and even more the sense of post-modernity, is a real millstone around our necks, I think. And I think it stops people connecting authentically and properly with the spirits, with the other world, with the ancestors, with the gods, and it prevents them from leading a practical and honest life. And I think that's the thing. An honourable and honest life is immensely important for pagans or for devil worshippers. And I think we have to find that, and we should investigate it, and we should build our own way of doing things, find our own way, our own place. And I think we are probably going to need that very much in the years and decades ahead of us. So that's my video for tonight. I hope you found it interesting, and I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.